The PWHL is officially expanding. This morning, the Professional Women's Hockey League announced that their 7th franchise will be in Vancouver. This expansion is one of 2 teams that we're expecting to see, and it was not as much of a surprise as the league might have hoped. While there have been rumors that the 2 cities were going to be Vancouver and Seattle, it was all but confirmed when 2 pages went live on their website for a short period of time before being taken down. And those 2 pages appeared to be pages for the new teams in both Vancouver and Seattle. While Seattle has not yet been confirmed, Vancouver was confirmed this morning, and this marks a pretty exciting expansion that is very well timed for such a young league. The PWHL is only in its 2nd season, and for those 2 seasons, the league has operated with only 6 teams, 3 in Canada and 3 in the US. However, the furthest most west team in the league right now is Minnesota, so it did feel like they were missing out on audiences on the other coast. And the timing of this does make a lot of sense. The PWHL tested the market this year with a takeover tour. In that takeover tour, the league played regular season games in cities that they don't currently have a team. That allowed them to see which cities were going to draw a crowd, and in that we actually saw attendance records for women's hockey broken. So they are continuing to prove that there's not only an audience for women's hockey, but there's an audience to be served in multiple markets. It did make sense for the start of the league in terms of logistics and cost for all of the teams to be close together and to bring travel costs down. But now that we're seeing them expand to the West, it does mean that they believe that they are able to financially support that. But the other thing I think is very smart about this is the timing. We just watched the Women's World Hockey Championships take place, and there was also a record-breaking attendance number set there for the championship game between Team USA and Canada. Team USA did win that game, and we also saw one of the PWHL stars, Hilary Knight, continue to break records on a global stage. After this tournament, she not only holds the record for assists, goals, and points, but she also now has 10 World Championship medals. And as we head towards the Olympics next year, that rivalry between Team USA and Canada continues to grow. But the Olympics are a big part of why it's so smart for the league to be expanding next year. By adding these 2 additional teams, you not only continue to grow the league and grow the fan base to the other coast of current hockey fans, but you also have a better chance of converting that Olympic audience growth bump. We typically see a bigger interest in various sports during the Olympics, especially women's sports that are not usually given the same amount of marketing as men's. So as we enter the Olympic cycle and we go into this big rivalry that we've already seen, a lot of those national team players are currently playing in the PWHL, and these 2 new teams will allow for more roster spots for those same women. As we then go into the Olympics next year, and we see some of the stories that will come out, the excitement of women's hockey in general, and a new audience gets introduced to women's hockey, there will now be a larger league available for them to become long-term fans of. So I think the timing of this is so smart, and I think the expansion to the West Coast is very exciting. I am hopeful that we do see Seattle as that 2nd city announced soon, especially given that we know the Kraken actually advocated for a team in the original 6. That NHL team also was the first to hire a female behind-the-bench coach in the league. So if you've been following the expansion run, are you excited about the cities that were picked? And does this change your allegiances for the league at all?